Hello, civilians. Hi, Abby. How we doing?
I'm doing much better. Much better. I'm so excited, Mastermind, because I can fully pay attention to you this time. Because my dear co host, Michael, is manning the chat. So thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you,
Um,
Michael.
Michael, go ahead and put your your handle in the chat so everyone can see it, so they can go to your channel and like and subscribe. That would be awesome. So you have my full undivided attention this time around, Mastermind.
One.
We
Hey,
couldn't. Oh no.
sometimes you got to build that boat while you're sailing.
Yes, and I just forgot something. I forgot my glass of drink in the kitchen.
Well, I'll sit here and tap dance.
All right. Can
So,
can you?
well, I wish I could. My dancing skills are far from great, but I do what I can.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. So Michael is when you see Abby doing the chat, that's Michael. You guys, don't forget to put your handle, Michael. I'll be right back.
Run quickly, Abby. Run quickly. So, what I was talking to with Abby, we're coming up with topics to come up with, and I tried to be calm and reserved and not use a lot of profanity. And that's why I'm thinking we should probably do this show at 5:30 in the morning, because anytime after that, I've already gone through my Twitter feed and get enraged. And by the time 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock Central rolls around, I'm already amped up. I was looking at Twitter and watching some of the Fauci footage from him admitting that he pulled 6 feet out of his. You don't want to talk about that one, huh?
Well, YouTube.
Oh, I
You
didn't
gotta say,
didn't want to say anything with it. I didn't. No V words. No V
oh,
words.
okay, okay. Well, go ahead, go
I,
ahead.
I was just the fact that he pulled that 6 foot number out of his butt. That was the
I didn't
part
see
that.
it. What did he say?
Oh, that there's no scientific reason for 6 foot distancing. He just thought that felt appropriate. That sounds good.
Just like there was no reason for the mask.
Right. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. They were
No.
asking him if there was any scientific evidence, any testing on how the effectiveness of masking on 5-year-old children. He's
I
like,
think it had to be a specific type of mask, and that wasn't the mask everybody was buying and
oh
using.
yeah, no, yeah, yeah. Those surgical masks are to keep a little schmutz out for something like that. But yeah, no, it's not for a respiratory virus, not for the common cold.
Mm-mm-mm.
And then yeah, I what
Oh,
that
yeah.
MTG made me like her again. Damn her. She was holding up pictures of the beagles that were getting their face bit, holding those up for Fauci.
Yeah, I do agree with her sometimes.
She is a broken clock.
Yeah.
I'll give it to her twice a day.
Yeah, sometimes I do agree with her. But for the most part, she's still I can't even say it. Built bi-
Butch body, bad built Butch body, or bleach blonde, bad built Butch body.
something bleach blonde built butch body. Yes. Say
Yeah,
that fast 5 times.
yeah, I can't get it out once.
Hmm. Well, there's a lot going on, man. Today well, what kind of weekend I had, and I think that's why my body was hurting. My mom says probably because I lost sleep all weekend with that debacle situation that I
Stress.
had. I do. My body does respond to stress and will shut me down.
Oh yeah.
Um, But what I was doing all day was I was watching Iron, Colin, and I forget the other guy's
Reef,
name.
reefer.
Reaper.
Well, they're actually just doing them. It depends on who you catch there because they're doing like a 12-hour marathon of all their Palisade clips. So yeah, but it was probably Colin and Reef that you were watching.
It was. I was there the entire time. The whole, I don't know, it was like 6 hours or something before I had to leave. I was just laying in the bed trying to recover and listening to their stream, and it was really good because there's so much going on with this conflict that you can't remember and recall everything. So it was a good reminder of some of the stuff that I may or may not have remembered or didn't remember the entire piece.
Oh yeah, there's
And there was a few things I didn't actually know. I was like, oh, how did I miss that one?
right.
So it was really good. I would encourage you guys to go take a look if you haven't
Yeah, I saw
seen it.
something today where there was a newspaper headline where the idea or the Israeli principals were calling for Nakba 2.0 back in 2023. So this
Hmm.
has absolutely nothing to do with October 7th. October 7th was a Pearl Harbor that they needed. Hey,
Hmm.
Pearl Harbor's pretty appropriate in that analogy as well.
Hmm. And yeah, yeah, and they've been. It was one thing that they said they were talking about, the canal, and so they were like, and they were just re re-showing the new Israel map, you know, Netanyahu's dream of the new Israel.
Right.
And so they were talking. It's just so predictable what this man is doing. Like Ray Charles could figure it out, and they had mentioned, like he finishes with Gaza, he's going to try to move it to Egypt, and that stuff was coming to fruition right now this week.
Yep.
So I was like, yeah, that was a good prediction. He's a maniac.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, it's not. There's absolutely he's so Netanyahu is so screwed into the positions he's in right now because before somebody gave Hamas a bunch of money to fund them to do what they did on October 7th. That somebody was also looking at getting his ass tossed in jail for corruption. So everybody knows you can't toss out a wartime president. So he's going to keep this war going for as long as he possibly can just to keep his ass out. He's doing the anti-Trump. He's going to keep the war going so he doesn't go into jail. Trump's trying to win so he can pardon himself and get himself out of jail. It's a joke. I mean, it's government is a joke and it's just not funny anymore.
No, it's not. It's getting really scary. And today, was it today, this weekend or something? This person in Romania threw a bomb at the Israel embassy. Did you see that?
I saw that, and I think Mexico was trying to start. Yeah, people around the world are starting to raise hell at these Iranian embassies. I saw
No,
one guy.
Israeli embassy.
What did I say?
Iranian.
Damn it! That's why I don't get high before the show. Don't get high before the show. The Israeli embassies, and I was going back and forth on with somebody on Twitter, and they were talking about how all these Israeli places were being ambushed, and all I could think about was that the one that the Israelis did to themselves is a false flag, and I wonder how many more of these are false flags as well. They love to get sympathy. They love that victim card.
It's been going on for so long. Battle of Tonkin, remember that one?
No. Yeah.
9/11. Like it's just you don't, and then you don't find out till years later. But now we've been so desensitized to it that that's what I'm just going to automatically assume that it's not real.
Yeah. Thank you, Rondo. It was Mexico that burned an Israeli embassy, which is funny how they're gonna have a Jewish president now. I hear that's going to be interesting in
Mhm.
Mexico. Hopefully, that goes better than it goes here.
I doubt that. I doubt that. I'm going to read this comment and address it, but I wanted to say one last thing about it because the way not Netanyahu acted, you can come. The way Netanyahu acted when the guy was getting arrested for throwing that bomb, and he's like, "Today, someone did a heinous crime," and like he was really playing that victim card, was playing it up, and I'm just like, dude, you're you're literally killing children
Uh-huh.
and
Oh yeah.
women, and
Yeah.
you have the nerve to play this "woe is me" act because
We're
someone threw a bomb and probably and no one was hurt. Come on.
yeah. Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go get back to this comment from Dr. Nick. Hey, Dr. Nick Riviera. I have a hypothetical. If you live in public housing and the conditions aren't great, and you're incensed about it, is that what? Incensed about it? Sorry, and want to bring about change locally to the community, do you then run for Congress? Uh, Congress?
No. Well, you're not gonna vote your way out of that.
No. Yeah,
Uh,
I would say voting locally would you would get more done. Um,
yeah.
I mean,
Joint
not
city.
voting locally, running
Yeah.
locally.
Yeah. Joint city council.
Hmm.
Yeah. There you go.
There it is. State council, city council. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Think global, work local.
Correct. Hmm. I was thinking about running. Another hypothetical. Are you really an independent candidate when you keep pushing an obscure little known political party, or are you technically a third party?
I
That's a good
think
question.
I think that kind of falls under, can a black person be racist if they don't have power? Can a third party be, could you be independent because the third party isn't part of the duopoly? It doesn't have any power there.
And I
It's
think it,
still independent, right? Because nobody's going to back you up. Nobody's coming to help you if you're independent, if you're a third party.
yeah, and I think it matters more. Like, it, it depends if you're local or if you're like, trying to run for president or something. Because technically, to run for president and you're being independent, like, are you really doing anything? Because you're not gonna get on the ballot.
Yeah,
So,
at that point, yeah, the best you're hoping for is to get your 5% so you can get funding next time. And
and
if you get the 5%, they'll work it so you got 4.5, just so they don't have to give you money. So you can't be competitive. It's disgusting.
mhm, technically third party. Practically all third parties are independent.
Right. Well, and that's
Mm,
why we weren't supposed to have a duopoly to begin with. This country wasn't founded on having a two-party system, and we were actually specifically warned against it.
we
So
sure were. And thank you, Desert Man, because for that comment. Yes, third parties are independent from the duopoly, so you can look at it that way. Um, they're still independent, but they have a greater chance of getting to the 5%. Well, not all of them. really just the Green Party at this point. Oh, maybe the Libertarian Party.
Well, that's what I think. Libertarian might
Libertarian
have a shot
Party.
this year. And Jill, I don't know. I can't believe that she couldn't get on the ballot in New York. That's kind of,
Really?
yeah, that was kind of disappointing. Jose Vega got on, but Jill didn't.
How is that possible?
She wasn't organized enough to get her 75,000 signatures or whatever she needs. I heard there was a lot of disorganization there, where people would go and collect autographs and then not know what to do with them. And I think Jose, and there's the other state one, and she needed just as many for state as Jill did to get on for president, and she got her numbers. So it's not like it was impossible. I think she just ran a more tightly run ship, better organized. I don't know. I'm not from New York. I don't know anything about their politics, but
It's not hard for the Green Party to get on the ballot in New York. Oh, you don't even just go to New York City.
well, I think
Sit on the corner.
that was Cuomo's parting shot when he left, because there was another small third party, like Family Values. Somebody will have it, Family Values Party, that Cuomo didn't like. So as an FU out the door, he made him get 3 times as many signatures in that 4 or 5 weeks, 6 weeks, however much time they have. Now they need 3 times as much to get on the ballot.
Yeah, because they're gonna knock them out, knock out as many as they can.
Yeah.
Dr. Nick, I don't know the answer to that one, because I didn't live in the Bronx. I lived in Manhattan, so I wasn't really too paying that much attention to any Bronx politics, except for AOC, which we got duped with that one. I don't think so. Torres, is that black man?
Richie Torres, yeah, he's
Richie Torres.
I've heard him referred to as who has Natalie called him Hershey Kisshead. I saw. Yeah. Well, yeah. Anything. I mean, just the fact that his opponent is huge APAC recipient is going to be hard for him, but I think that gives him all the bona fides that I would need. He's not the enemy, so
yeah.
I'm having IDS instead of TDS.
Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting to run in smaller elections. You still need money though. That is a shame. Like what we need is all the money out of politics. Like, why can't we have political money? So everyone in the country gets political money, like political points. And so you could put your points towards whoever you want to run. I mean, or whoever you're supporting, and those points is what they would need to use to get around the
credits.
Yeah, exactly. Why can't
political finance credits? I'm trying to think though, if I register Democrat, then does that mean my points go to the Democrat Party, or do I have to pick a party? What if I want to vote for an independent? And then how does that then starts forming into runaways? If there's a bunch of if people start saying I'm going with Democrats, and then they get all that money, and then the Democrats can start running ads, then more people are going to. That's a tricky one.
Some states you can only vote in the primary if you are
registered in that party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fortunately for me, I'm in Colorado, so I get to pick. As an independent, I get to pick whether I participate in the Democratic or Republican, but I can't do both.
Yeah. And Gray Walker, like that was Yang's idea, the freedom dollars.
Right.
Also, I did like his idea of universal basic income too. I want to talk to you about that actually. I have a little video I want to show, and we can talk about universal basic income. Bad cookies, I am not ignoring you. I saw it up there. He says, "Still here trying to sell BS third party hype. G- GTFO
Get the
08.
fuck out of here.
Knows what that is, yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, you won't fix this. And pushing it on people is garbage. Yeah, we are so far gone that I don't think voting will fix it. I think it's just your way to have a voice to say, I'm tired of you guys. I'm sick of this.
Yeah, I don't think we've actually voted since Reagan. I mean, I think we've actually voted.
That's a good point.
So, I mean, it gets me out. It gives me an excuse to get out of work for an hour on a Tuesday once a year. But other than that, that's not doing much good.
I'm not going to say my vote means nothing.
I vote for local stuff.
Yeah, like I think he's talking about on the federal level. I still do it just because I want it to be known that I do not support this duopoly. So how are they going to know that unless I vote for a third party and they get
Right.
that data, right?
Right.
So that's my purpose.
Well, but then you're assuming that they care, which I don't think that anybody in the DNC. Well, they've admitted that they're a corporation. They don't have to listen to anybody. They proved that with Bernie. Just
They
like
actually said it out loud.
just like MSNBC had to admit that they're not a news station. They're infotainment. Just so that they can't be held fucking responsible for anything. That's what all these people do. They just
Fox
lawyer their ways out of it.
Because I think it was Rachel Maddow and I think Chris Tucker. Tucker Carlson. They got sued.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
Judge, remember when the judge was like, "Yeah, you can't sue them because everybody knows that they're bullshit."
Whatever your cord's connected to, every time you move it, it's doing a big scrape thing.
Okay.
FYI.
I'm sorry. That's my nervousness.
You need a fidget spinner there.
Yeah, I do. I need something to hold on to.
Much better. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. See it however you want, but all you are doing is wasting people's time and energy on a third party run that will end in the hands of the establishment. I do kind of feel like the Green Party is establishment-esque, like they're right down that slippery slope.
And I tried to make excuses for Jill as long as I could, but man, it's hard riding with Peter Dow and she won't cut ties with him. So I don't know what to say.
It's like I don't trust her.
I voted for her twice already, so it was.
But not this time.
Could have been a shoe-in.
I'm still trying to decide. Like, is it?
Well, my question is, do I hold her responsible for the company she keeps? I'm not.
Yeah.
Am I visiting the sins of the father upon the son, or this is just rotten apple spoils a barrel?
Right. You're right. And she hasn't won the nomination yet. Like, people keep forgetting that they're not even voting until July, but they act like she's got it in the bag. And no, you don't. She probably does, but Jasmine's way better of a candidate.
There's not anybody up there that you couldn't go to a 7-Eleven and find a better person to do that job at this point. And it's all you have to do is breathe and not do evil, and you're doing better than all of them. Just don't do fucking evil. It can't be that hard.
It can't be. I mean, well, for our society, I think it's getting harder and harder. Each state enacts their own voting laws. Yes, they do. As we see, many states specifically make it easier for the two major parties and much more difficult for a challenging party. Yes, that's pretty much all the states that do that. So, yes, mastermind. I'm actually not dressed for a parent teacher conference because I was cold. So that's why I put this jacket on. I actually have on superhero garb.
Nice.
Yep.
I see Wolverine.
Yep. With a so yeah. So take that, bad cookies.
Get down with your superhero self.
Yep. So should I play this video that I'm gonna go ahead and share? Is it a good time to oh, I messed that up. Okay. We could keep talking while I set this up though, because I think there's still some stuff like to wrap up this portion. Um,
Well, what's the tell me
like
about the
that
video, and
Dr.
I'll give you a little intro and my take on it before I even see it.
Oh, okay. Um, I just wanted to say what Dr. Nick said about the libertarians squandered any momentum they had after 2016.
Well, now they got Dave Smith there, so they've got their libertarian gateway drug.
Mm. So this video, so did the Greens, Jill Stein had 5% of the vote in their first run, and then she took the momentum and gave it to Howard. Yeah. In their first run, I wonder what year that was. I'm trying to remember.
Is that
Because Howie is not a good candidate.
yeah, no, is that 04?
I
No,
think it might have been 2016, and then Howie ran in 2020. So,
oh Jesus, I am so fucking old. Oh my god, yeah. Well, we've had a few elections since then, haven't we? Damn.
Okay, let me tell you what this is about. Or you could read the thing. Elon Musk talks at the Viva Technology session. He's such a douche.
Wow, he looks like shit there.
You know that's not Elon Musk.
That's not Elon.
So I'll have to move this to the side for a second. Watch your ears. All right. So let me play this and then see your take on it. First, he was talking about all this AI stuff. Like the whole first half was fawning over AI and talking about how great it is and what we can accomplish and yada, yada, yada. Regulations, blah, blah, blah. So let me just play it and we can focus on this one question.
Hello, my name is Shan. I'm a student of University of Belfast. We found that a lot of jobs being replaced by AI. Do you worry about your job being replaced by AI? If not, why? If your job was replaced by AI, what would you do?
My God, he's Max Headroom.
Well, I mean, we do get into some existential questions here. In a benign scenario, in a benign
scenario.
So he's talking about a utopian society. Okay, so we already know he's about to say some stupid stuff.
Probably none of us will have a job. There will be, but in that benign scenario, there will be universal high income not universal basic income, universal high income, there would be no shortage of goods or services. And I think the benign scenario is the most likely scenario, probably, I don't know, 80% likely, if you ask, in my opinion. The question will not be one of lacking goods or services. You'll have, everyone will have access to as much in the way of goods and services as they would like.
Do we have that now?
We could have nice things.
We
And
could.
I was watching, I shared a video with my wife where it's just like machine gun fire, but every time a round goes off, a dollar sign clicks off. So it's like 350, 700, and then it showed like a missile shooting off of a destroyer. And it's like, oh, there's $11 million, and then they show them shooting, throwing these $800 hand grenades and shit. And that's why we can't have nice things, because even if we had them, we'd spend money to blow the shit up.
I did see this comment. Yes. Hey, quick warning about Elon and AI. Don't let the Silicon Valley tycoons dictate how AI will be used. This will be like the internet all over again. Yes, it should be. There are certain things that should be basic public utilities, but they got to make that money. In their benign society, they need to make a huge profit off of it. So
Yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about. That we can't even get the federal minimum wage lift higher than $7.25,
Well,
and he's talking about we're all going to have the everything we need as far as goods and services and a universal high income. But let me just let him finish, and then we could get into the details. Unless you have something you want to say before I start.
I was just going to say the only reason that we even have income tax is so corporations and assholes like this don't have to pay theirs.
The question will really be one of meaning. Of how, if the computer can do and the robots can do everything better than you, then what does your life have meaning?
That's what
really
Grimes said.
Will be the question in the benign scenario, and in the negative scenario, well, bets are off. We're in deep trouble. So
it's going to be the negative scenario.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You already know that, and we're going to be in trouble. Oh my God.
Yes, he was smart enough to be born rich. That's right, Zombie.
Yes, because he's a colonizer
Yeah.
from South Africa.
I do think there's perhaps still a role for humans in this, in that we may give AI meaning. So if you think of the way that our brain works, we've got the limbic system, which is our instincts and our feelings, and then we've got the cortex, which is thinking and planning. But the cortex is constantly trying to make the limbic system happy. So maybe that's how it'll be with AI, which is the AI is trying to make our cortex happy, which is trying to make our limbic system happy. And maybe we are what give the AI meaning or purpose, some kind of, But I do think that long term, in a benign scenario, any job that somebody does will be optional. Like if you want to do a job as kind of like a hobby, you can do a job. But otherwise, the AI and the robots will provide any goods and services that you want.
Okay, so you see, there we.
He wants to tickle your brain while he poisons your body.
Work doesn't equal meaning. No, it does not. But that's what they want to tell us because they need workers. I mean, these people eat this stuff up like he's so intelligent and he's just, I don't know. The man is a charlatan, yes. Yes. And billionaires shouldn't exist. And why are we listening to him? Why? So I wasn't familiar with universal high income. I had to look it up. So just
You have
gonna
to be
read
universally high to believe in it. I think that was his. You have to go on Joe Rogan's podcast before you even get an idea of how high you have to be. And that's the thing that always made me laugh because he was so fake smoking on Joe Rogan and his stock still took a dive, even though you could tell he'd never smoked a joint in his life.
I don't really watch Joe Rogan.
I don't anymore. I
stopped.
I did watch just recently. He had Duncan Trussell on, and Duncan's kind of my spirit animal. And then he had that Terrence Howard on, and that was just fucking crazy. And that's kind of the Joe Rogan that I miss, is when it was just stupid alien shit. You know, when he tries to talk about hunting or eating meat all day, or getting on his Goggins thing, or does his MMA shit, I don't even care about. But when he would actually have an interesting conversation where you actually have to think and use your imagination, those are the ones that I liked.
Yeah. And
Yep.
it seemed to like stop. Those interesting conversations kind of took a dive, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go back to my regular independent media.
Well, yeah, I kind of, yeah, I turned my back on him after he did that Abby Martin interview where she was telling him exactly how bad shit was getting in Palestine. And then a couple of weeks, he'll have Ari Shafir on, and they'll talk about how it's just all being blown out of proportion and shit. And it's like, okay, if it's still a confusing issue for you and it's complicated after you know what you know, if it's that complicated for you, it's going to be pretty simple for me not to watch.
I heard about that it's complicated. It's not that complicated.
Yeah.
Matt Taibbi. I was like, wait a minute, Matt. Wasn't it him? I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Twitter Files guy. Yeah, he gets pretty quiet when it comes to shit that's going to cost him his access journalism. I got too many Jewish friends to be saying, too many Jewish colleagues to be, saying my true feelings out in public. I got to do the shuck and jive just like everybody else. OM. Robbie. I'm glad to see all my peeps are in here. Cookies, yes. Mouse. I haven't saw the better half hour in here somewhere.
Yeah, I haven't seen her either.
Yeah, she was in.
Where is Shmasha?
She's in here somewhere.
There she is.
I suppose that was directed at me.
Cosmic can't join.
Lawrence.
Having problems with her phone. She can't join, but I know she's watching. Hi, Cosmic. Shmasha. So speaking of how all these AI and the robots and all of these people are going to do all the work for us and we don't have to do anything. Now, you know what kind of weekend I had. And then last week, like, it takes me 2 weeks just to get my mom's a mistake that was made corrected. Like, I work for the company myself.
Yeah.
And technology doesn't technology has glitches. And so when it glitches and you have to get it fixed, you know what type of headache that's going to be to get things corrected.
Yeah. Like, I can empathize. I am a caregiver for my better half's mother. And so that's my job is, 24. So she's blind, so she can't, she needs help with eating and everything. So she needs somebody here full time. And so not only do I have to do that, but then I have to do the paperwork to pay everybody to do that. And then, I say me, of course, my wife does most of it. She's the real powerhouse here, but then, she's got to take care of her, and then all the people that take care of her, and then she's got to take care of me taking care of her, because I can hardly take care of myself, and it's overwhelming. And then they put all these hurdles in place that now they want another layer of protection because she's her daughter and she lives with her, but for some reason in the middle they need an authorized representative to sign paperwork, because I don't know, she could trick her mother into living with her or something. I'm not sure how that works, but yeah, it's just a way to slow the paperwork down, make everything harder. And they messed with, been doing this for 5 years, and then just last year all of a sudden all my W-2 stuff got messed up, and they didn't take any of the taxes out, even though nothing changed the 4 years before that, and nothing's changed since. But now I got to figure out, and I have to go through all that headache to
Master
get all
Mike,
that. Oh yeah,
AI is gonna fix it.
yeah, right, yeah,
And,
right.
and civilians, I met his mother-in-law. She's so adorable. She's the cutest thing. Hi, Kate.
Yes, she makes it. If I could not do this for, God bless the caregivers that do this for strangers, because if she wasn't my mother-in-law and I didn't enjoy eating her food for the last 20 years, I don't know if I'd been able to do this for, just out of the kindness of my own heart. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah.
A lot. And AI ain't gonna help you with it.
Well,
and I'm not even talking about the caregiving of the person specifically. I wonder what happened with that, Robbie. YouTube is at it again.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the caring for the person specifically. To me, that's the easier part. It's all the paperwork and all the hurdles that you have to go through, and the phone calls and
Absolutely. Yeah. That's what makes it. I mean, the job sucks bad enough. It's when they make it, instead of helping, they actually make it harder and put up obstacles instead of, they're supposed to be your support, to take care of these people. And the people that are supposed to be helping me are the ones that are driving me crazy.
Yeah, and they treat you like you're being nefarious and
Mm-hmm. Right.
like,
They're acting like I'm trying to steal from them or something by doing my job.
right? Oh, I hate that. It happens every time. And I'm like, what else do I need to do? Like, do I need to go to the courthouse and put my power of attorney on file? Like, what? Each place I had to turn in a power of attorney. Some places wouldn't even take my notarized power of attorney. I had to print out their paper, get that one notarized. So it's like, why do I even have a power of attorney if I have to do all of this?
Right.
Like, oh, we don't trust that this is a real document, even though it has the seal from a notary.
Yeah, it's like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Just roll the old bones out by the hospital or in front of the school, and then you can, when you pick up Ferris. Yeah, I don't know if it's just. I think it's part of the psyop. They're just trying to slowly drive us all crazy. One, minute, it's Chinese water torture, where it's just one little drop on the forehead for days and days and days.
It's our society. We put elderly away like they're trash. Yeah, we do. Like other countries, the grandmom lives with them. Like, I don't get this.
Yeah,
People do.
yeah. There's no way we could afford to put her in a home. There's, with what she gets from what they give us, it's just a fraction of what it would cost us to put her in. Yeah, cheaper for the government. Yeah, for us. Yeah, they're using us as a discount, and then they're still making it hard for us.
Michael says, ostensibly they're guarding against fraud, but in reality they're just gatekeeping everybody out.
It's 100%. That's 100%.
Has to be a better way. I need to get off my soapbox. I wonder there's anybody in the chat that's having to deal with this kind of stuff, going through what we're going through. If you are, good luck to you, because it ain't easy.
Yeah, I was trying to make this, try to find something pleasant to talk to you about today. And boy, after Fauci and now after this, our lives are just one giant cry fest after another. I'm looking for something to get positive about. And it just seems to get harder and harder.
Yeah, one of my friends, is slippery in the soapbox.
Yeah, right.
Don't drop the soap.
Yeah.
One of my friends was saying, like, you're seeing more and more people losing it out here, right?
Yeah.
And she posed this question to me, and I thought it was so interesting. And she posed this, like, this has to be at least 6 years ago, and it's even more truer now because people are losing it even more now. But she said, we try to call these people crazy, but maybe they're just sensitive, and
Yeah,
they're
there's
reacting to all this chaos around them, and they're giving the proper reaction to it. And maybe we, the ones that are still keeping it together, maybe we're the crazy ones because we're just becoming numb.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I always wondered. Used to think that the schizophrenics, just because they were talking to people that I can't see, and they can see them, and maybe just because they can see them and I can't, does not necessarily mean that I'm the one that necessarily has the grip on what's real and what's not.
Because children will be talking to someone, will point to it. This doesn't happen with all of them, but like I saw this kid point and say, "Oh, that's that man that comes visit me every night." And the mom was like, "What man?" She's like, "Right there." It was the mom's father who had passed away.
Right. She got to see Grandpa's ghost, and yeah, there's.
I remember that happening to me when I was younger. Like, we tend to lose it, but maybe people with schizophrenia never lost it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Empath,
Empaths,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
Well, and that's if you do enough acid, I think sometimes you that veil gets kind of thin. And that veil gets too thin, you can't tell which side you're talking to.
Yep. Michael, put that back up. I wanted to read it for you. So Michael says crazy is a social construct. Different cultures have a different view on what constitutes crazy. That is correct. Yeah. And I think ours is the most harsh from what I know. Oh, wow. Wow. That's Robbie, that's awesome. Dad was able to take care of himself until about 6 months before he died. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have someone in my family that's 100 years old and he takes care of himself. He does have someone come in just to do the stuff that he can't really do because, like arthritis but he
Yeah.
makes his own bed, he cooks his own food, he has a strict routine that he does every day. And bless him, 100 years old.
That's a long time.
Drugs are not required to reach spirit realm. Oh, so you mean so don't take ayahuasca? Is that what you're saying? You don't need it?
That's just a shortcut. Yeah, no. Well, or you could just be schizophrenic. Free buzz.
Yep. I often I can't see very well, but I love to at night. I love to at night let someone else drive and take my glasses off because it looks the way that all the lights look and everything. It's like this is a free trip. I didn't even have to take acid. Like
Kaleidoscope. Have the kaleidoscope driving by.
yeah. And I think, people who don't have to wear glasses, you got the bad deal because I could just put these on and look normal and take them off. You could put that back up, Michael. I wanted to read that. I appreciate you. I have lived with two schizophrenics, my little brother and my best friend's wife, both tragic. Tragic. Oh, I'm sorry, Mouse. Sorry about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that has to be a lot too. That's like being a caregiver.
Well, and there's a lot like Nikola Tesla, and I have really smart people in my family, and some that it's just that there's that thin line between genius and madness, and even I think on a DNA because I've got both in my family as well.
Hmm. Interesting. Yes, Gray, I know you did not say that. I said it. There are meditation techniques you can use. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Or you could go to I forget the country and lick a frog.
Oh, yeah, I
I
like
forget which
those.
country that is. It starts with a B, I believe. I can't remember. If anybody knows in the chat, can we see that better half comment? Your better half. Like when you stand up too fast and get dizzy. Wee, free buzz.
Free buzz. Well, I think those toads are pretty much. I thought they were everywhere in South America. But I don't know. What the hell? I
Okay.
don't know. I thought they were in Texas. Maybe not. I don't know.
That
I'd
means
have
you're
to be.
in Texas now.
I'd have to be pretty hard up to lick a toad. I think. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I'll just smoke my pot and I'll be good. Thanks.
Mm. Ayahuasca possibly the last shortcut you'll ever use in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I've never really. I take that back. I did shrooms, so I guess that counts. But yeah, I've never. Nick,
I
nice.
saw a documentary about the toads, and people like travel from all over the world to go to this
Toad
very.
farm.
It's not a toad farm because they're. I've licked worse
Yeah.
and admitted it. No, they have a tour guide, and you got to go out, and they get to find the frog. Find, they're not super
Right.
hard
Why?
to find, but it's not like they're in a lab or anything. They're out there. You got to hike.
Free range toads.
Free range toads.
That's the name of
Yep.
my ska band.
Oh, that's pretty cool, Gray Walker. Used to practice with a shaman. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
we've got quite a diverse crowd in our group, or I don't even know what to call us, in our floating band of misfits. But yeah, we've got
We're becoming quite the family, aren't we?
yeah, for sure.
I,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, it gives me hope and faith in society when I'm watching all this crap on YouTube that there are people that I, have recognized in the chat rooms that are constant, and we all are like-minded, and it feels like a group, a society, a batch of civilians.
Good discourse.
Yes.
Michael said
Community.
yes. We have our community, and we appreciate you.
Sorry, I didn't want to give the communist any any talking points. You haven't converted me yet. I'm not a capitalist. I am a worker.
That's right. That's right. And if you think you're a capitalist, they got you fooled. You are one of the workers.
Right. If you work for a living, you are not a capitalist.
You're not going to be making that. And they tell you everybody could be a billionaire. I didn't see that comment. I guess they saw it. Guys, there's 20 of us in here. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Share. Michael, you didn't put your tag up so they can go to your channel as well, because I know yours is a little. You got to make sure you're spelling it right and everything. So I did want to read this about there he is. Go ahead, put that up on the there he is. Next time we talk, we have to talk about how you came up with that, how you chose that name. I want to hear that story.
I can't even pronounce it.
Nihilo.
Nihilo
Nihilo.
Nostrum.
Nihilo.
Ni-
Nostrum
Ni-
or Nihilo. I guess we'll find out later. I wanted to read this about this universal high income, though, just for any of you guys who oh, it's Nihilo Nostrum.
Thank you, Mouse.
Nihilo Nostrum. Yeah, just in case anybody hasn't isn't familiar with this concept of universal high income. So let me read it really quickly. It is a concept that suggests that artificial intelligence could reduce labor costs, making basic needs affordable for everyone. This could lead to a deflationary environment where there is abundance. However, the potential outcomes of a UHI society are polarized. Some potential outcomes of a UHI society include a utopian society. Individuals could pursue creative and emotional endeavors, contributing to society in new and meaningful ways. You think our overlords are going to allow that to happen?
Well, you won't need anything because you won't own anything. You will own nothing, and you will be happy.
Hmm. I'm thinking of the movie Wall-E. Okay, so then the other outcome would be inequality. Without proper governance, this shift could exasperate inequality. So one more paragraph and then, okay, Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, has predicted that AI will replace all human jobs, leading to a UHI. He believes that a UHI system could ensure that no one falls below a certain income floor, addressing poverty and inequality. He could do that right now. He could end homelessness with his
Absolutely.
income. So what is he talking about? But anyway, let me finish. For example, a Denver project found that homeless individuals who received $1,000 a month for a year saw a decrease in the number of people sleeping on the streets and an increase of people living in their own homes or apartments. First of all, Denver, where are you going to live with $100,000 a month? Like, that's not even rent, let alone all the other things you have to pay. So I should try to find that study because that sounds like some BS to me.
How much was it?
$1,000 a month. They gave them $1,000 a month for a year.
So yeah, if you got like 5 guys together, you could rent a 1-bedroom.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, I guess it's
So he's basically blowing smoke up everybody's butt. Hi, Kurt. It's basically Reagan. Like, don't piss on me and call it rain.
yeah. No, there's
Who believes this? Hey, Retro.
gamers in. Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what a universal high income is. So simply put, a universal high income is a universal basic income that is high enough to be considered high, whatever the hell that means.
Well, there's got to be something to that effect because every time I hear somebody say, "Oh, the minimum wage is $7.25, we should be 15, it should be 20, it should be 25," that's going the exact wrong way. All that's saying is that if you have a slave job, then your very minimum wage is going to be what it's going to be. Oh, you're $25 an hour. Congratulations. Now here's your $25 Big Mac. And that means the people that don't have any money, that they're going to be farther away instead of being able to go, get one can of or one bag of recycled cans off the interstate. Now they're going to have to get 6 bags to go afford a Big Mac.
That's a really good point that you pose, and And people will say like, "Oh, if you raise the minimum wage and everything, all the price of everything is going to go up." It already has.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to
That-
go
all-
up further.
they don't need a reason. They need an excuse.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Yes,
They're
love
always-
burns thunder. As if it's finally going to trickle down. I didn't mean to cut you off, National.
No, I'm just ranting. It's just it. All it's doing is making the gap between the people that don't have a pot to piss in and the people that are barely living paycheck to paycheck. It's just making that gap even bigger.
Mm.
It's just making the homeless situation worse. The higher you make the minimum wage, the worse it's going to get there. Instead of having a minimum wage, what you need is a goddamn maximum wage, where
Okay.
the CEO of the company can't make more than 5 times more than the lowest earner. Then we'll see some shit turn around.
I was just about to say that, like, if you increase the salaries, okay, then the stakeholders are gonna freak out. So they're just gonna fire more people to make up for the difference because they got to make more profits every year on top of every year. So that's just gonna put people out of work.
Well, it's insane that capitalism has this sort of stupid model that you have to keep increasing every quarter. You have to keep growing. You can't contract. It's just complete expansion. Well, that's a model for a virus. That's not like a real living, thriving
parasite.
organism. An organism breathes in and out. A virus just fucking expands until it kills everything.
That's a
Eats everything in its
parasite.
environment.
That's a
Sorry,
parasite.
I'm ranting again.
No,
Yes.
you're not. That's a parasite, is what you're
Yeah.
saying. You could keep that up. I'm going to read it. Thank you. And that's where we get imperialism from, because they can't squeeze blood from a turnip here, so they go exploit some other people over there. Kurt says it's inflation time, so everyone just inflates their prices for absolutely no reason. Yeah, they're in cahoots. And the more monopolies we have, the more they're going to be able to do that.
What did I see? Walgreens, was it Walgreens, just announced that they're going to lower the price on 1,300 items. 1,300 items they're going to lower the prices on, which is just quietly admitting that they artificially jacked up the price on 1,300 items. But they're trying to claim to be the good guy because they're the first ones to back off of their psychotic price gouging.
And then they probably already have some type of understanding that they're going to make the goods that you're purchasing that much small. Like, we're going to decrease the box by this much, or so they're still going to make the money. Like
Oh yeah.
they're not fooling anyone.
Well, they could probably give everything that they sell away for the next 5 fucking years, and they would still have turned a profit after 2019. If they gave everything, if you could walk into Walgreens and take something off the shelf and walk out and not have to pay for it, they would still have turned a profit from 2019.
It's so interesting that you just said that, because there's a Walgreens right across from my mom's home. So this is a 2-part story. People go in there and steal, what have you, and it just amazes me the amount of civilians that make it their business to follow the people, film them, tell on them, and I'm like, do you own stock in this company? Like, why are you putting your life at risk for somebody else, for corporations, goods and services, when they have insurance and they have billions in profit? This girl jumped across the counter. She worked there. She saw the man come in. Apparently, he's a repeat offender. She literally jumped over the counter and was like, with her dukes up. And I'm like, girl, how much do you make? You must own this Walgreens.
Right? Major stockholder. I worked at Kroger, and we had to have multiple meetings about telling the associates, the workers, fucking associates, stupid name, telling all the wage slaves that worked at Kroger not to jump. If somebody steals something, let them go, don't get involved. We don't want the lawsuit, whatever, because we had these cowboys that thought that they were stockholders, like you're saying, who go out of their way to give their brand of justice, I guess.
Yeah, it's their chance to be a cop, a bully.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah.
Sport.
It's their one shot of showing some sort of authority because they're wearing the same color shirt as everybody else that works there.
And
It's insane.
that Walgreens just recently, this is the second part. They just recently closed because it was too much stealing over there. So they closed, and this is a predominantly Black area. So we already have a food desert. We already have, I mean, we have no shortage of liquor stores and beauty supply stores, but we already have a shortage of how to get healthy food. And so a lot of people would kind of relied on that Walgreens, and now they're gone. Um, and like you said, they didn't need to close. They still made plenty of money. But look, I have to walk away for a second because this is too distracting. My mom sets all these alarms on her phone every 2 hours. I don't even know why because she can't even hear it. So
Keep you on your toes.
she always I could be taking a nap or whatever. It wakes me up. Like it bothers me. She can't even hear it. She just lets it go. So let me go turn this off, please. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. Go ahead and take a look at. I expect the food desert to get much worse. Yeah, absolutely. Especially now that we have everybody living on a coast in these food deserts. You can't grow your own shit. It's not going to take a whole lot for that to turn around very, very quickly. And with it, when shit goes down, and eventually it will. Hopefully, it's hundreds of years and not hundreds of days. But when shit goes down, everybody on the coast is going to get really, really hungry and start moving inland looking for food. That's going to be a bad day. If you have time to move inland and you're not swept out to sea. So enjoy your oceanfront property.
I'm gonna read this one. I was just walking out of a grocery store in Eugene, Oregon. Shout out to Eugene, Oregon. A guy was walking out carrying a 12-pack and 3 pizzas. The security guard said, "You have to pay for that." The guy just kept walking out. It's gonna be a lot more of that. Oh, you know the smash and grabs? Let me see if I can find this. Did we talk about this already? I feel like I talked about this. I don't know if it was with you or with Michael.
People just going in and
A bunch of people at one time
right
running in.
Flash mob.
Yes. Well, it turns out, see if I could find this. Because they were, using this as a way to vilify
Why prices are going up?
Why prices are going up, and brown and black people specifically.
Why they had to close stores? It wasn't because of their internal mischievousness. It was because of shoplifting. They had to close the whole store. Yeah, I heard that one too.
But it turns out that there was this white couple behind that was hiring these people to do this. Here it is. Ringleader. I'm going to share it. It is hilarious. It was this white couple that lived in like a couple of $1 million house and had I think about $8 million worth of goods in their house that they were selling on Amazon. I think
Mhm.
maybe I was talking to Michael about this. Okay,
New
so
5, a California mom is the alleged ringleader behind an $8 million retail theft ring.
She's accused of operating a nationwide shoplifting scheme for more than a decade, according to the California Department. Police raided Michelle Mack's San Diego County home back in
Look at all
December
this
and
stuff.
uncovered what they described as
She got her own warehouse.
Investigators say the 53-year-old had $300,000 worth of makeup, sunglasses, and designer bags.
She's smart
in her
enough to know
garage.
better. She's
Found
that's vape juice.
envelopes stuffed with stolen products to resell.
Look at
California Attorney
that.
General Rob Bonta filed 140 felony charges against Mack, her husband, and other alleged crime ring members. All have pleaded not guilty.
Not guilty.
Yeah, how do you end up with $8 million worth of shit in your garage and then still have the ball to plead not guilty?
I wish I would have had more time to look because I wanted to show them being arrested and carted out that big ass house they own.
Right? Yeah, the mansion.
Yes, the mega mansion. But I guess I didn't see that one. But they show all those young people, like they punching down, right? So this is in California. So can you imagine how many other people are like this in other states where they're using these poor people to do the smash and grabs
Oh yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
making big money off of their theft?
Well, and that's like these phone scams. What's it? I can't think of the guy's name, but it's just call centers in India will use people here to get somebody to mail them locally a box full of cash that's wrapped in tinfoil, and then these people are the mules in between. And so they have all these different people and they get these collection sites. So then they ship the money back over to who's ever in control of the call centers in India. I'm sure it probably goes to a third country, but it's it's all organized crime. It's been organized crime. And, when you think about it, since the government has a monopoly on violence, that's kind of organized crime too. I mean, the Ponzi scheme is just depending on where you're standing and your perspective.
Where you are on the hierarchy decides
Yeah.
whether it's a crime or not.
Yeah,
Like that guy that the video I was showing about the military man who denounced his service, and he said, I got enemies too, but I get hailed HAILED or HELL
Right.
but I could get held for killing theirs, but jail for killing mine. What's
Uh-huh.
the difference?
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, and really, when God's putting commandments into stone and saying thou shalt not kill, he didn't put in commas except for in case of your state authorizes it, then, we're pretty cool.
Unless you're standing your ground.
Yeah, right.
And that doesn't even apply to everybody.
No, I know Jesus said turn the other cheek. I mean, I guess he'd turn out his pockets too, which is the Christian thing to do. It's just that we don't have a whole lot of Christians that are really Christians. We got a lot of Christian Zionists that would like to see a bunch of people killed so a bunch of other people can get killed so they can get an autographed picture of Jesus. It's I don't understand people anymore.
Seventy is the new norm.
Yeah.
It's gonna get worse and worse.
Sharks need to eat.
Some got attacked by a shark. Oh, someone got attacked by a shark.
Oh,
Really?
I thought she was being making
that's
an
even
analogy.
happening more and
They're
more.
actually talking about sharks.
Yeah. No, your better half was making an analogy. And I think someone must have actually gotten. I mean, as the water gets warmer, that's going to happen more and more. Yeah. Mastermind, that's one for you.
I almost spit my beer out at the autograph Jeebus pick. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. That was just for you.
Autograph Jesus pic.
Well, but that's my joke is you can't call Zionist scumbags because Catholics aren't allowed to use scumbags. So you're gonna have to come up with another. See, nobody gets that joke. A scumbag is a slang for a condom. And Catholics aren't allowed to use condoms. Yeah, that's what a used scumbag is. A used scumbag.
I was
Yeah.
today years old when I heard what?
Uh-huh. See, that's why. Yeah, I need to use terms that more people know. Yeah, scumbag's a condom. So that's why Zionists can't be a scumbag because Catholics aren't allowed to use scumbags, and the Catholics are using the Zionists to get Jesus to come back. Yeah, I know the joke's way too deep and too long, and if you don't know what a scumbag is, then you're completely done. So I try.
Dr. Nick said comeback. You sure it's not a comeback?
Well, yeah, one and the same.
Added that S to it.
Uh-huh. No, back in the 13th century, they didn't have burlap sacks that they'd go out to the rivers to collect scum. No, that's not where that term comes from.
Well, I'm wondering, because Michael's doing us a solid for sticking
Yeah,
around.
we're holding him up.
If he's getting, yes, tomato.
We're holding him up. Thank you, Michael, for doing that. We're going to get our shit together and get this figured out one way or the other so I can get logged in here and figure out how to help out.
Oh, he says, no worries, take your time. He's very sweet. Yeah. All right, so you have anything or?
Anything new with me this week? Not really. I've just been, doing the social media thing, and finally got to see Godzilla -1. Sorry. So that was kind of. I don't watch movies anymore. I haven't been to the theater. Jesus, I think the last movie I saw in the theater was Wreck-It Ralph 2. So if you can figure out when that was actually in theaters, then it gives you an idea how long it's been. But yeah, I don't even really watch movies anymore.
Go see Civil War. I don't know if it's still there, but I wanted to see that.
See
what they're trying to.
I heard mixed reviews on that one as well. Where
I'm sorry, I got excited. Charlie Brown is back.
I
just saw it on my phone, so I just kind of got excited. Hey, Charlie Brown. I don't think he's in here, but kind of missed him.
Yeah. Is he here?
No, he's not here. Pick the most.
Bummer.
Pick the most amazing vids you see during the week, and we attack. I just watched this, and then Tasmit can't respond because of her phone. Yes, it is enraging, but it's something about protest. You know what? I'm gonna make a note and tell you about it next week. I saw Civil War and wish I had a better idea of what it was about. I think Due Dissidents talked about it.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It was kind of like Purge Light, but it didn't really give any motivation or like any sort of backstory of what started everything. So it's just kind of hate porn. But like I said, I haven't seen it, so I'm just going by what I heard. I'll have to watch it to give an actual review, I guess.
Yeah, shout out to Charlie Brown Politics. Can we do some shout outs? Shout out to Hard Lens.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Due Dissidents. Shout out to Iron. Shout out to I'm just gonna say it. Shout out to RBN.
In a pinch.
You have some shout outs?
Shit, you had them. Trailer Park Pundit and Beauty and the Boomer.
Oh.
Who else?
Beauty and the Boomer. I never even heard of that one.
Chandra. Oh yeah, I got to get you in there.
The one
Yeah,
that I had never I had what's his name? Marx's Mark
Midwestern Marks.
Midwestern Marx.
Yeah, that's
I finally got a chance to listen to him, and man, he's engaging.
yeah. He goes hard.
Shout out to Kirk. I saw you engaging, not enraging, but I say both. He goes hard, and I'm like Midwest. He sounds like he's from the South, and he hella cute.
Yeah,
Drop that in there too. Easy on the eyes too.
he's another one of those that him. I can't think of his name. Oh shit! I shouldn't even mention it because now I'm going to get stuck here trying to think of it. Him and the other guy, they definitely have passion and emotion behind.
Hmm. Yep. So, Beauty and Boomer is political satire. Okay, so so I need to laugh. I
Oh, yeah.
definitely need to laugh. A lot of communists online are calling Midwestern Mark social democrats. I mean, well, a lot of we got called social democrat. Well, I don't.
Eddie Liger. I knew I'd
I
remember it
actually don't-
eventually.
Oh, Eddie, what?
Liger. I'm sorry. I could. It took me that long to
That's
remember.
okay. Liger or
I think so. I think it. I don't know.
Liger is what Michael's saying.
Yeah, I assumed it was from Napoleon Dynamite, but what do I know?
We got called I don't know who got called social democrats, but somebody got called a social democrat. So that happens. Yeah, that happens. You could go ahead and put that on the screen. I guess these are Michael's shout outs. Carlos Garrido,
Yeah.
Eddie Liger, Carlos Garrido, and Noah
Kravchuk.
Kravchuk. I'll let you say.
Kravovich. Kravchuk.
Sound like you said,
Kravchuk.
grab a bitch.
Yeah, right? Communist mixed with a lion. A liger. I get it. Right.
Yep. So, then, okay, people are doing shout outs in the chat about, okay, there's the Danny Shaw. He's a communist mixed with a lion. Oh, I see. I never heard of this one, Danny Shaw.
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind of I get fixated and stuck on the ones that I find engaging and like, and then I just stay there, and I don't like look for more.
Oh yeah. I mentioned Duncan Trussell earlier. He's starting to get his podcast going, and I like watching him because he makes me feel he's crazy enough that makes me feel way saner. But he talks about stuff that I know what he's talking about, and I'm right there with him. At least I feel like maybe I'm not crazy for thinking those things, which I guess is kind of nice. Helps
Yes,
keep me.
sir. Helps keep you sane.
Yeah.
I understand how you feel, Dr. Nick. He's saying disappointing to see revolutionaries back the green. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I need an explanation. Like, what is? It has to be. If you're not doing that for some type of strategy, then what are we doing? So I don't feel like the explanation has been there and the justification is there. And I'm trying to decide for myself too, like, is there a justification for voting for Jill Stein this time around? It's like I'm trying to find it.
Right? Yeah,
Not
I'm starting to feel like those Trumpers. It's like, well, yeah, I know he's a piece of crap, but there's got to be something good about him that I can hold on to, so I can get myself through this vote.
there.
But yeah, like I said, I voted for her twice already, and she should be a shoo-in, and she's not. I just,
Mm.
I guess best I can say is I'll
Aw.
probably vote for her if something better isn't possible. I know I'll probably still write somebody in. I don't know.
Can you put that back up because Mastermind didn't see. Thank
Oh, love it done.
you.
Hey,
Love Rain and Thunder. Jill Stein's an anti-war candidate. There's that. Yeah, I mean, like that.
right,
There's that.
right. Yeah, yeah. I
She
mean, that's
also, kind of talked about the strategy about ending student loan forgiveness, how it could, how it can be done. I remember that. So there's that.
yeah, right. And I don't. That's way more than enough reason to justify for voting for her, except for the fact that she won't win, and that's not going to stop any wars. I need something. I need something from somebody who's actually going to make it. I don't know.
Can you put up that Kurt comment from Mastermind?
Sorry, was I looking away again?
No, you're
Stein could
fine.
easily
No,
become
you're
an
fine.
AOC Frankenstein. Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
That's
absolutely.
my worry. You know what?
Yeah.
Yes. That is my worry.
Yeah, AOC looked good at one time. Yeah, for
I'm not
month.
trusting her this time. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me say Snark Y2K. I'm not trusting her this time and still want to vote against Biden. So it looks like I will vote Trumpet. Ooh, Trump. Ooh. Well, good luck.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. I'm not going to vote for Trump. I know he doesn't need my help. I mean, I'm in a blue state, so that's not going to help him. And we're in a red country, so he's probably going to win whether I wouldn't, no matter how I vote. So would I vote for Jill Stein because she's the anti-war candidate?
I mean,
because in the end of the day, that's not going to do anything.
The closer it gets to the election, the more I'm gonna pay attention to like who's on the ballot, who's on the ballots, that yada yada yada. We can come back together and look at it and try to just weigh what makes the most sense based on the access that these different candidates have and who they are. And but it makes no sense to do it right now. Right.
Well, and the thing that scares me is I was one of these MMA. They were at UFC was Saturday, I think, and one of these UFC guys, Trump was there, and he's like, "You're going to stop all this stuff, right?" And Trump's like, "Yeah, I'm going to stop all these wars and stuff." I'm afraid that people are going to believe that shit. I mean, I know. On its face, that he was just fucking lying to this guy, and just like he lies to everybody else that comes up and wants to shake his hand. But I'm afraid people are going to start believing that he is an anti-war candidate, and there's absolutely no way that's
he
true.
is not, and he's a Zionist. You could put that back up, Michael. I was going to read it for you because then you had a response. So Gray Walker says, I might vote for Trump just to piss off the Dems. Probably not. Doesn't matter who I vote for. MD, I'm not.
Maryland.
We'll go for Biden.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Colorado's going to do the same thing.
Oh, Maryland. Okay, I was like, I thought that was okay. All right.
Dr. Jill. Dr. Jill will
war.
probably go for Biden, I suppose. It's about the only legitimate vote he'll ever get.
And then if you want to put up your response, Michael, I'll read that one out loud. Michael says, voting for someone just to piss someone off is never a good use of your vote, in my humble opinion. I mean, we kind of talked about that because I think
vote?
Well, a vote is a vote. I don't think it should. I don't like the term protest vote, but I feel like you should vote your values and your morals. And let that be that. And just let that vote stand on its own. I don't know. Which is why I'm looking at Jasmine and now her name is escaping me. You know who I'm talking about. She was she's in with the Socialist
Claudia?
Party. Yes, Claudia de la Cruz.
Yes.
So I'm looking at those two.
See, and that's what, if it came down between Claudia and Jill, I'd probably vote for Claudia, but there's a part of me that goes, oh, well, she won't get half of them from Jill because Jill's a known. So do I vote by conscience or do I vote where I think it might do some good? Because in that case, neither one of them's going to do, both of them are going to be eaten up by the red and blue machine. So then what's the point of voting?
Yes.
Voting by conscience is not voting at all, I guess.
Yes, and that's why you can leave that up, Michael. And that's why I'm saying the closer we get to the election, we should pull all the information and then have a more substantive discussion then based on where everybody is on the ballot and what they're who they are as a person type of thing. So Dr. Nick says ultimately Greens are capitalists, which is contra to these revolutionaries. I tend to yeah.
Capitalism
They're
is
like
just a private ownership of public resources used for personal gain. So anybody that, like we're saying, if you think you're a capitalist and you punch a clock or you work for a living, you're not a capitalist. You
You're a
are
worker.
the fodder of the capitalist. You are the machine of the capitalist. You are not a capitalist.
Right. State and local elections matter more anyhow. That's true. Those are the ones that you really need to pay attention to. That's true. But we talk at a higher level because everybody's from a different state. So I tend to feel like I don't want to go too much into local politics because we might lose some people from paying attention because it's like that's one side of the coin. Another side of the coin
That's
is
right. If you're going to start,
people might pay attention because they're like, oh, this might be something we can enact in our state. You know what I mean? I'm not sure about.
you're talking about the Roger Meadows effect, whether talking about ballot initiatives will get people interested in talking about ballot initiatives, or will people just get really sick and tired about hearing about New York politics? That's an excellent question. Because if you start talking about New Orleans politics, I'm not gonna you're gonna lose me, and we're the two people in this conversation, But that being said, if you're talking about stuff that's happening in New Orleans that could be done in Tallahassee or Denver or something, then I can see where that would be worthwhile. If it's something that can be franchised and repeated from place to place.
Like an example would be, I think it's Ohio. Their gerrymandering laws. I think it's like two states in the country that have very good, way better, what's the word I'm looking for? Process than the rest of the country. So that would be something that I would think would be covered. But when you start talking about like, if I started talking about Louisiana and they're crazy. Governor Landrieu is off the chain. But I just don't talk about it because
What did I see? He just did something that's going to go into effect. You can't stand within 25 feet of a cop starting August 1st. Do you see that?
You talking about Louisiana?
Yeah.
I think it's more than just Louisiana that's doing that.
No, that's just you, baby. That's Louisiana.
That's just Louisiana?
That's you. He did that to you. I can walk. I can get this far away, and as long as I'm not touching him, I'm, But yeah,
it's normally 10 feet, 25 because they don't want to. Right. They don't want you to like. Why?
Go stand on the other side of that football field. Yeah. What, you don't think they want the picture on your camera to be really shaky and fuzzy. They don't want any. They don't want to be their crimes done in 1040p.
And he stopped free lunches for kids in the summer. Like, how evil do you have to be like, your kid don't need to eat?
Well, Israel needs that money.
Yeah, but they hired him, so who am I?
Well, there's your protest. Yeah, I'm not voting. You're anti-vote.
See certain instances where protest votes are acceptable. It's just that I don't like to call them protest votes because your vote is your vote and you're entitled to it.
Well, and then in that point, in this case, if you're voting against Biden, does that mean your protest vote is for Trump? Because I don't know. That's a bridge I'm not necessarily willing to cross. I mean, I don't like Biden, but I can't vote for Trump just because it's the lesser of two evils. I just can't do that shit anymore.
Mm-mm.
It just doesn't fly. Claudia recently.
No.
She was supposed to have that town hall meeting or something. And when she was at Claudia a couple days ago, and I couldn't find it. I know you were looking for it too.
Oh, no, that was Jasmine.
Oh, that was Jasmine. You're right. Claudia De La Cruz. No. I haven't seen for either one.
Shout out to Heartlands Media.
Ah, kids in the house. Nice.
And we're going to be wrapping
Kit,
up
make sure
soon.
you like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And Kit, I can never make your live because, man, it's too early. I cannot get up that early. But
she's a night hawk.
Yeah.
A night owl.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate your support.
It's from you, Dad. I learned it from watching you. Put some whiskey in your coffee, huh? Like a toad, spike a vein. I bet that makes Kit feel really good having somebody looking like this calling him Dad.
Smoke a mimosa.
Smoke a mimosa. Nice.
Well, how do you do that? I'd like to know.
Well, what do we got?
I need instructions.
Smoke a mimosa? Yeah.
Yeah.
Be brave, wear a kilt like Kit. No, I don't even have pants on. I'm in shorts. Sorry. It's summertime.
I like kilts. I used to.
Yeah, I was watching Kit. That is a very handsome kilt. I mean, that was the full on with the leather and the straps and the nice tardigan,
yeah,
whatever the
nice.
pattern. Yeah, it was a nice kilt. He got his money's worth out of that one. It was not the Temu kilt. I must be careful with my words. Yes, it definitely was not the.
The only man in media to wear independent media to wear pants. Who is that?
That's right. Oh, that's Kit. That's his. They have a running gag where they do a pants check just to make sure that he's not in pajama bottoms, that he's actually dressed for the day to take on the news, and he does wear pants. It is.
I prefer the kilt. I like the. I like the. It's supposed to be a hot boy pants check. I don't have on pants.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a hot boy summer. I've been seeing.
Like last year was hot girl summer.
It's like booty shorts now for dudes coming out.
Oh yeah, no.
Pants check. I got on shorts.
Oh, you got the
overalls.
Coverall, right?
Coveralls, yeah.
Oh, what's her name that wears those? The actress. There's one.
I'm not wearing mine. I took the jacket off just for you. All right, so let's go ahead. Yeah, thank you, Bad Cookies. Nice. So let's
Kit
go ahead
uses
and
photo.
wrap. Yeah. What were you about to say? Kit uses Photoshop.
Kit uses a Photoshop. His green screen pants. He's making fun of his pants. So that's all I got. You got anything else for me? What do we got? We've been an hour and 40.
Thank you, Miguel. Abby did. Yeah, we've been on for a while.
It's a Twitter account. Yeah, it's Abby Do Abby Don't or Mastermind Hour. There's really no. We're still working. We're
We're
still.
working on it.
This is episode number 2, so you're lucky that we even have audio. Took me a
Right.
week to make this mess right here.
Oh, I did want to comment on that because you tried to put our picture back there and it
They never.
wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of cool.
I've got either this one or the hourglass, or I got a U.S. flag. Ooh, I can do Palestine.
Thank you,
Pull that up.
Mouse. He said he really had fun, everyone. Jimmy.
Glad you made it, Mouse.
Not being petty.
There we go. How's that one?
Thank you, Retro. Yes, it's
We'll
good.
do a
we
little
have
Palestine
channel.
on the way out.
So meet us.
Thank you,
Thursday.
Kit.
Be here Thursday, Michael and I, for Noteworthy. We're still trying to find our channel. Still doing that. I don't think we've had enough time to even have the talks that we need to have because there's been so much going on in our worlds. But we're working on it. But come back here next Monday. Come back here this Thursday, 5 p.m. Central for both of those days.
Oh, dude. Sorry, Mike.
Thank you. Hit that like button. Thank you, Heartlands Media. Subscribe. Share it. This is how we
Get that big T-bone, and
go ahead.
don't have any tomatoes yet, but he'll get that T-bone, and that glass of whiskey. Have fun.
This
I'm gonna
is
go eat too.
how- Do you have a channel on here, Mastermind?
Technically, I think there is a YouTube Mastermind channel. I don't think there's anything on it right now. I just had the playlist on there, and I was pointing at all the old shows from Inland Empire, and when I was on with Eric T. Red and Trailer Park Pundit with Chandra, and I think I even pointed last week's on there, but I don't really have
Your better half said not yet.
anything on there yet. Yeah, not yet. But hopefully soon I'll be having these. We'll be simulcasting here and there, and once we get everything
learn how
going.
to do Restream and I refamiliarize myself with OBS. But Michael has a channel that's up right now, I think. Right? Michael, go ahead and put your thing in there one more time before we head out. Nihilo
Nostrum, Nihilo Nostrum.
It's Nihilo Nostrum.
Yeah,
That is
because
Latin.
that's the thing. It starts looking Hawaiian at the beginning, and then it goes into Latin, and it's like, oh, that just flips my whole brain. Oh, there it is. Nihilo. Yeah, doesn't that sound Hawaiian? Nihilo Nostrum. Yeah, I don't know.
Miguel calls us Mastermind Kitty.
It's oh yeah, I got Alfred. This is Alfred Pennyworth, the tuxedo cat. He keeps getting into fights, so he's all pissed off that he's stuck inside because I won't let him go out now.
Michael, there's a request to post a link.
Oh,
to your
better
channel.
half. I found a huge scab right here on his chest, so we're gonna have to check that out too. Every time he comes home, he's got a new scab or loses a toe
Oh,
or
you let
part of his ear.
inside outside cat. Oh yeah. So they're doing the most. They're
Yeah.
out there fighting and wreaking
Yes.
havoc.
Yes.
I used to have an inside outside cat, so I know.
Yeah, I think I've spent more on medical bills for that cat than I've spent on my used car that I had before this one.
Yeah. And is it he or she? Do they bring you
He.
stuff? Lizards and
Oh yeah. Oh
They-
God, he's such a good hunt. This Alfred, where'd you go? I wanted to show you because I was going to call you. This freaking cat comes in. I was out back, and he comes into the garage, and he's got a bird in his mouth. No, it wasn't even outside. It was just out back. I was out doing, yard shit, and he comes up, and he's got a bird in his mouth. And I'm looking, and I was like, "Oh my God, Alfred! It was a hummingbird." I was like, "Alfred, you caught a hummingbird and killed it? That's freaking awesome!" And he goes, "Meow," and the hummingbird flew away. He kept the hummingbird alive in his mouth, carried it up to me to show me. I thought he, caught it out of the sky. Nope, opened his mouth and it flew away. I was like, okay, I know that, I'm not going to try and sneak anything away from him because I know his reflexes now are way better than mine.
My cat in New York, well, that cat I would take for a walk. You got to do that when they're kittens. You can't put a leash on them; they'll just flop down. But I would take them for a walk in the complex, and the birds, squirrels. He didn't care because he's 20 pounds.
Right.
He's like, I'm eating good. I don't need to do all that. So he just sit out and,
Well,
and
and
just
this
people
one,
watch with me.
we had troubles with this one because he is so friendly and loving. And so he would eat breakfast and then run it out of the house. He'd go to the neighbor's house. And so the neighbors would feed him. And I think had like a whole Lady in the Tramp kind of routine, because then when he'd come home at night, he would eat a small breakfast, come home, and he'd never eat. He was never hungry, and he was putting on weight, like getting fat. He was eating like they're feeding him because Sammy's kind of wanting healthy food, and him eating whatever the
She
Purina crap.
She's one of those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not Purina though, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so
Purina's that's not even food.
yeah, no, we get like Science Diet and the healthy cat food.
I thought you meant like the stuff that you order out and they send it to you and it's like cooked food, the mesh.
Oh
mushy
yeah,
stuff. I'm like, man, that's expensive. I'm trying to eat myself.
yeah, no, yeah, I can't imagine. Oh, what do they call those? Yeah, where they just send you the meal in the box and you have to cook it yourself.
Mhm.
That's why we have grocery stores. You usually just go to the grocery store and bring the shit home. And even then, you can have the grocery stores deliver it to you. Why would I want somebody from 4 states away to ship me produce in a cardboard box when they're going to do that to my grocery store anyway? And you're right, it's like double.
Mhm.
And when I worked at Kroger, they even had those meal kits in the grocery store. You could buy, what is it, like Reason? I can't remember the name of it now. I'm totally blanking. It's black and box letters. But yeah, you could buy those in the grocery store.
You could just put all that crap in a pot and cook it down and mush it up yourself. But anyway, okay. Thank you, everyone. Capitalist innovation. Yes, Michael. Just another capitalist innovation. Hey, but some people, they prefer to do that than do it themselves. So if you want to pay for the convenience, have at it. Have at it.
And I think that's also part of a result of people not being able to, grow their own food, go to the grocery. Yeah, right. That's part of the expanding food desert. Even if you did have time, you wouldn't have the resources or the room to grow the food. So you're already determined to go to a grocery store where you're at the will of whatever they want to charge you for that.
Yep. Look who's here.
You're a
I know. It messes
damn it!
me
I
up every
practice it
time.
too. Eggories.
I just say KYE.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I spell. Yeah, I shouldn't even try and say it. I always write abbreviate it anyway.
Okay, one last question.
I kill your Santa Clauses.
Yeah. Thank you, Sean. He said, "Great show to both of you." So, how do you feel? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm making Michael work for it. How do you? Hey, Abby, how do you feel about the theater of Biden giving BB an ultimatum, and BB said, "Eat some dementia meds."
Right. Yeah, we know who's running this country. It ain't Biden.
Yeah, he keeps like making a line in the sand, and BB's like, crossed it. Well, what about this line? What you gonna do? Cross it again? Dude, he's really making you look like a brother. it's time to look. You gonna have to fight BB at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, no. Biden's red line's starting to look more like a red lobster. It's non-existent anymore.
Yeah, it's like like at this point, you just, bruh, y'all need to do a one-on-one because this is bad.
Well, it's Bibi and Blinken. They lost the third B. Biden's just not even showing up anymore.
Right, it's BB and Blinken. You're right. So yeah, that's what I think about that. But all right, let's thank you everyone for joining. Like, share. Okay, egregores.
Thank you.
Egregores.
Egregores. Kill your
Egregores.
egregores.
And then he told me what it meant too. And I wrote it down to like do some more research on it. But sometimes I write stuff down and then I
It's just your imaginary constructs like Santa Claus or Easter Bunny or Tooth Fairy or Honest Democrat or
Santa Claus is real.
Yeah.
I used to make cookies for him. And they'd be gone in the morning.
Right?
Not to be real.
Yeah. Santa Claus or the financially responsible Republican. Yeah, those are just not real things anymore. I believed in them when I was a kid, but I realized they don't really exist.
Yeah. Now I remember now. Ancient terminology for groupthink. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's what everybody agrees to, but nobody's ever seen.
Yeah. Bad Cookie says a unicorn or an honest Democrat.
Right. Or financially responsible Republican.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you said that.
Yeah, it's funny how they keep flipping back and forth. They're going back to your Abraham Lincoln Republicans. They're going to be the ones that are getting all touchy-feely and we have a bunch of Dixiecrats.
Yeah. So, well, the Democrats do that too.
Yeah.
Pay-go. How are you going to pay for it? How are you going to pay for it?
Print more money. Money printer go burr. Oh, it's not a war. Wait a minute. We're going to tax. What tax and spend?
If it's not a war, we need to find out how you're going to pay for it. If there's a war, are you going to pay for it? All right. Your children's are going to pay for it.
Right.
And we don't care. But if it's something for you, we can't do that. We don't have no money. Abby Dude, did you catch the Libertarian? No. Do you have any opinions on it? Well, Michael, I don't know if you wanna do that for Thursday, maybe. See what he says.
Yeah, Craig Jardula did a 14-hour stream, went from the third day of that. He was definitely doing the marathon stream on that one.
On that one, yeah. Because I know Michael and I did we did the third party one. There was 2 libertarians there. Like, I was just like, they say stuff and it's like, they're this close.
Right.
And then it just falls apart.
Yeah. Well, and
okay.
Then I watching that the convention was not professionally organized. I think would be a pretty
Which one,
generous.
The libertarian or?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like, they would get on the microphone and anybody with license plate R21, your lights are on. Has anybody seen my kid? We're missing a child. There's pizza in the break room. It's been back there for an hour. If anybody wants. No, I'm not being funny. That's actual shit that was said.
Real?
Yeah. Yeah,
the
lady that was running it couldn't find her kid, and then they delivered pizzas for everybody, but they were been cold for an hour. It's like, we just found those pizzas. They got delivered to the wrong room. I'm like, I guess the pressure was off of them because they're libertarians and they knew that it was just pasta and C-SPAN were the only 2 that were there. So I guess the pressure wasn't really on them.
I mean, at the Green Party thing, it's kind of funny too. Like some of the people who are running, when they sit at the table and some of the people you're just like, what? This is hilarious.
Right.
So I could see that. I could see that at a libertarian event. They don't have the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're trying to do the best they can.
It was fun to see Trump trying to channel his inner libertarian and just failing miserably. He's like, oh, you don't want me? Yeah, good luck with getting your 5% then. Yeah.
Now that you just mentioned that, okay, so I did know there was a libertarian convention because Trump got booed. I saw that on TV. So yes, okay. But Bad Cookies wants us to cover it.
Nick,
So we're
Mike
going to
Clark.
cover it. Because he wants
Yeah.
to see what we have to say about it. So
Yeah, there was a large group of us in there that were kind of roasting them as they were at how ridiculous they were, because it was a lot of times it was very elementary school, but there were 4 mics and they would fight over like Mike 2 wants to be recognized, Mike 4 over here. We want to suspend the rules for a moment. No, nobody's suspending the rules for you. Go eat your pizza and shut up. We're trying to get through this thing.
Miguel says Mike 3 was the real
Mike 1 point of order. That's right.
real
Right.
star of the convention. Robbie says Mike 1 point. Eric Mays, point of information.
Yeah. So they had 4 microphones, and so everybody would run up to a mic. No, I want my turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And hi,
so-
Steve, by the way. This is the review we need. Oh, we
Yeah,
ain't
right.
seen nothing yet. Oh, maybe all 3 of us should do it together.
well, I will check to see if my Thursday is available, and if so, I'll review some of because I missed the first day and part of the second day, but I caught most of the third day.
The Libertarian Convention was a discussion between several carbon copies of Dean.
Right. Yeah.
Well, this
Well,
is good. This
poor
gonna be
Pasta's
good.
like, I'm kind of a homeless leftist. Is there any room for me in the Libertarian Party? And you could see there was half of them that were like, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll find room for. And then there were the half who were like, no, dude, come on, it's not even close. Why would you even try? Why would you even ask a question like that? At least they were being honest. It's like,
Was he there by himself, or was his co-host with him?
I think he had a whole crew. There's like probably 4. I think Jamie was there and he was there and Don the bar. Oh yeah, I forgot to shout out Pasta when we were talking earlier. And I think there was another one, but yeah, they had like a group, and he was doing like interviews and stuff in between showing the convention. So he did a pretty good job with the skeleton crew that he did. I mean, I'm not gonna. I worked as a TV news videographer, so I was a one-man band for lots of shit like that. So I have a little bit of empathy for him when you have to, shoot it and interview it and talk and then do the editing and stuff. It's a lot. It is.
I know.
So I give him props for that.
I'm a videographer too, so I know, and I used to do public access news.
Nice.
Public access, I wouldn't say news, but public access media in New York
Right.
City. So
Oh.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, you're in New York. That's big. See, I was marked at 158, but I worked for NBC, ABC, CBS, and Fox. Did I miss one?
Okay, I ain't
That's
gonna
pretty
do
much
that.
it, right? Yeah.
I mean,
So, yeah.
that's a lot.
I did the rotation and then I got the fuck out. The last one I was at Fox, and after a year they tried to give me an 8-cent raise. I had
Michael, please.
8 pennies.
8 pennies.
Yeah.
And they're like, now go feed your family.
Right. That
So
was the
then-
one. That was the worst one that I walked. I didn't say a word. I walked out. The director, the producer, it's like, yeah, we're kind of hard. We're going to give you that 8 or the 7% rate, whatever it was. It was like 8 cents, 10 cents. I was so flabbergasted. I didn't say a word. I just stood up, turned, walked out, grabbed my coat, and didn't look back. That was
Oh,
it. I
good for
didn't,
you. Good for you.
yeah,
'Cause that was
didn't
just
say another
insulting.
word. Yeah. Oh, completely. After a year.
So Bad Cookie says video editing takes forever. You shoot 2 hours of content and spend 16 hours editing. Yes.
Right. To end up with 120 seconds of video.
Yes, it's not easy.
Yeah.
So so shout out to all my editors because it is a lot to put it together. I mean, it's worth it once you get it together, but
Oh,
I don't think most people realize how long it takes to put out content that, you're like that.
maybe next time I'll tell you the story about how I spent 6 months editing vacation videos. That's when I was getting into video editing and doing, cuts and transitions, and spent 6 months doing it. And then when I tried to burn it onto DVD on that Mac right there, it crashed and I lost 6 months of work. I mean, it's still in like JPEG or GIF quality, but yeah, it's like 720p. So all the intricate cuts and edits I did, now it's just all one big blur that runs together at 24 frames a minute.
I hate when that happens. I'm in the process of editing something right now, and I had it in Premiere. I thought I saved it. Like, I went back to start from where I left off. The whole project was gone. I couldn't find it anywhere. It just disappeared. I'm like, what? I gotta start over from scratch.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes.
But
I'm a good editor.
maybe
So-
next time I'll upload a short clip. I've got a short clip of Better Half Hour where we went to Belize and went to a banana plantation. And we actually happened to run into this guy from Georgia that owned the plantation. And this plantation produced half or 3/4 of the bananas for Europe, for a continent. And this one guy just happened to be down there from Georgia, good old boy. And he's down there, and of course, all the bananas on the line are green. He's like, they're very bitter when they're green. And so my dad cracks one open, tastes it. He's like, yeah, it's a little bitter. And so Better Half goes and grabs a little chunk of it and tastes it. And it's so bitter that her tongue came down past her chin. So I slowed it down. I actually had the video of her tongue trying to leave her body. So if she messes with me much, if she messes with me at all this week, I'm gonna upload it.
Tongue trying to leave her body. I forgot I had pulled a video down for you that you had sent me that you wanted to show to the group. So I'm looking for it right now. It was the fish. Here it is. Do you want the people to see the fish? You know
You're
what I'm
talking to me?
about. Yeah.
Me or
Yeah.
Michael? You're talking to me? Oh, I thought you were talking to Michael. The fish. The
From
fish. The only one I could.
excursion
Huh?
with your family.
Oh, that fish. Oh,
Yeah.
sure. I was thinking, I just saw one where there was a video of a crane that was trying to catch this fish and it kept flipping and trying and took like 4 times the fish got away. But yeah, I went,
because I thought it was an eel at first when you said, I said, are those eels?
yeah, no, maybe somebody can tell me exactly what kind of fish it was. But we went last week, before the show, I went out with the family and we went walking around the park. And the little lakes, it's starting to dry up that are close to the river, and so there were fish this big in water this deep. So it was
kind of cool. And I'm like, shoot, you don't even have to fish; you can just go in there and grab it.
well, I had to stop my son because I didn't want to have him all wet getting back in the car. But yeah, he was all ready to go out there up to his knees and start noodling. And they couldn't even move that fast. It really wasn't. It wouldn't be much of a challenge.
And And unfortunately, I don't know why I can't show it. Oh well. It's not
Oh.
giving me an option to share that particular video. I don't know.
Oh, Fuckmaster.
Oh, wait, wait.
You guys have cookies. Shit. You're gonna be lucky if we make it, if we have an election in 2028, I think we'll be doing good. I think we'll be doing good.
I think I'm gonna try it, but I'm not sure if this is it.
I think this is going. Even it might shit. It might even be before November, but I think we are coming to a pinnacle, and it's whatever's going to happen. We'll probably be out of it on the other side of it in 4 years, but I don't think it's gotten as bad as it's going to get yet. So there's a long answer to a short question, Cookies.
Every empire must fall.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my answer to that question. Now I don't think it's going to be 4 years, but
yeah. Well, shit. Our founding fathers were kicked out of Europe because they were the Puritans, and nobody wanted to deal with their shit. So they come, see Robbie. So then they come over here, and the English try and tax them 2% on their tea, and they flip out. Now we're up to 40%. We're just taking it. And there's going to be a point where, I guess maybe it's when they start taxing this. I think we're probably already are taxed over 50%. When you start adding in, after you die, you get taxed. So even after you're done making money.
Add that Rondo comment. I don't think so. He says we don't even know if the election will happen.
Right.
I don't tend to agree with that because because in this duopoly, they both work for the same people. So
oh yeah, they'll have their election.
I think they're going to have it.
They'll have their election, and if nobody voted, it would be 200 million to 175 million votes. They just pull fucking numbers out of their ass anyway. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It really doesn't.
But
what an election comes down to is which side cheats better. Which side can cheat more effectively.
Yep, it is a big feature. Big for us, not for they're going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if they get that canal that they want, it's over with. We can talk about that later.
That's I appreciate you bringing that up, and I think it was Due Dissidence. But that Ben Gurion Canal, everybody keeps talking about. Oh, they want all that oil in the Mediterranean. That's not even half a cherry on the top of the sundae. What they want is they want to bypass the Suez Canal and say F you to Egypt and everybody else. And they want a shortcut through goddamn Gaza. They have to go through Gaza to get to the Mediterranean. That's the only reason they're there. And that's why they wanted the Nakba 2.0 since 2003. They've been talking about this. This had nothing to do with October 7th at all. October 7th was the excuse, not the reason. And that's why they knew it was coming and they let it happen, just like Pearl Harbor. That was my point earlier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And if they accomplish that, I'm sorry, Bad Cookies. It's getting late and I figure everybody was ready to go and stuff.
It's already 2 hours. Are people leaving yet? 16. Yeah. See, we've already lost 5 people. So if you guys can't hang, then why should we hang? You guys don't have the endurance. What am I, a clown to you? Am I here to make you laugh?
Yes.
Not your whipping boy.
Yes,
Go do
you
something.
Are.
Well, yeah, I am. I always have been, but I at least like to say it, so I say it to myself, so I feel a little better.
Take care of that a little later.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll get what's coming to you.
Yeah, I always do. I always do.
So yeah, like if they pull that off, like if they win, I don't know what's gonna happen with because America and Israel are clearly in cahoots for this
Oh.
now, and they ain't stopping at nothing. And that is why Biden he
Well,
draws,
and it's
he draws a line only to make just to drag stuff out for the American people. But
Yeah.
he knows.
well, and it's the U.S. and it's France and it's the
And
UK
it's UK.
and it's Canada, and now it's looking like, God forbid, it's going to be Mexico coming up next.
There. Oh, now that was news to me because
Yeah,
they're
Mexico's getting
terrified
it.
of BRICS.
Yeah, but
Go ahead.
Mexico's getting a Jewish president now.
Oh yeah. You did mention
Yeah,
that.
so hopefully she is Hebrew and not Zionist. Hebrew, is that right? I don't see, and it's all these terms, right? So yeah, as long as she's not pro-Israel, she can be Jewish all day and God love her. But as soon as it's like Israel first, that's when I start having issues.
Miguel says she's a secular, but most secular.
Yeah, that
She's
means
a
that she's probably a Zionist. Yeah, right. Right. Talmudic. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
right. Yeah, that is not.
Oh,
That's no bueno. That's no bueno. And now I can't believe that's true because, like I said, only Mexico's 0.04%
oh,
Hebrew. So I don't know how she can run an entire country full of Catholics if she's Talmudic.
and
We'll see.
Mal says she gave Assange the keys to the city. So I'm just like I'm thoroughly confused.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But we're gonna
Right.
do some
But
research. We're
That's
gonna
like
look into it.
RFK Jr. He's controlled opposition for big pharma. He comes out all anti-VA, COVID. And I don't want to say the word, but he's anti. But he's Kennedy's the reason that. Yeah, I stole that from Jimmy. Like he's never stolen a joke from me. I'd steal a joke from Kurt Metzger too if he had a funny one. Sorry. Yes, I'm getting petty. Yes, I'm getting petty.
Oh, okay, because I'm shut on that one.
Yeah, but yeah, sorry, I'm trying not to be petty. I'm trying not to make this my personal, and stay on topic and stay on subject.
Everybody's saying not good. The new Mexican president. So basically, she's a puppet.
Well, that's what I said. John F. Kennedy, JFK, is the reason that you can't sue big pharma if they damage you with a vaccine. That all started, and all the Kennedys have been big pharma ops. So when RFK Jr. comes out with his raspy voice saying that, lockdowns are bad, mandatory shit's bad, he won't ever say Pfizer's bad. He won't say anything about the people that are doing the bad. He'll just talk about how the Democrats were bad because they locked people down. Yeah, he's a big environmental warrior because he bought an environmental law firm. So he's just like Elon Musk bought an electric car company. He didn't invent Tesla. He didn't invent the electric car. He didn't do any of that shit. When he bought the company, he made it into the contract. They're contractually obligated to call him a co-founder. That's a legal term. That's got nothing to do with reality.
It's the money. He's just riding on other people's accomplishments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And so I'm pretty sure that he's probably getting funded by Pfizer.
I was wondering that too, because I'm like, okay, you're a Kennedy. You don't even have to work. So what is your purpose? That's like Anderson Cooper. You don't even have to work. So what is your purpose? Why are you here? And it's to be a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
And for Kennedy is to have an image that he can use for what he's doing now, running for office. Covfefe founder.
Well, and suppose that's kind of part of the conspiracy, or I don't even know if it's conspiracy, but the fact when the vaccine first came out, he happened to bring up that it's not as deadly to Asians or Ashkenazi Jews. and then all of a
I
sudden,
remember
then all the APAC crowd started coming after him, and that's when Shmuley said, "Hey, come be my buddy, and I'll take all this heat off of you. All you got to do is hump this flag a little bit." That's the only thing I can think of, because I know I know RFK knows who killed Bobby and John, who killed Jack, and that's his family. And for him to get in bed with the people that killed his family, that doesn't say a whole lot for your character, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Now, if you guys think differently and you like him, that's fine. That's your opinion. And we all, as civilians, get our opinion, and we can have discourse on it.
civilian discourse. Oh my gosh, yeah. We didn't even talk about RFK all this time because I just even consider him as a viable option to vote on. Like that was out. He's out of. I can't.
Yeah, he's not even a talking point anymore. Yeah.
Oh, you slandering our future president, Ronald Franklin Kennedy Jr. the Third Esquire.
Yeah.
Hell,
Oh, actually,
so honest.
what is RFK's middle name? It's worse than that. Is that one of them has a girl's middle name? I can't remember which one. Oh well. Not that there's anything wrong with having a girl's middle name, but I can see why he definitely goes by the initial.
Oh, Francis.
Yeah.
Is that a girl? Well, I guess so.
I think there's another one too. I
mean,
might be
there's
conflating him
names
with
that
somebody
are, like,
else.
Ashley. Ashley is a girl and boy name.
Right. Oh yeah. There's lots of them. It's
Um,
Pat.
Yeah.
You know, Pat.
Pat.
No.
Yeah, I remember Pat from Saturday Night Live. And you nobody knew if
Yes.
it was a
Yeah.
girl or boy.
Right. Yeah, you can't make those. You can't do those anymore.
Uh-oh, you about to get in trouble.
Right. Yeah. Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
No, my middle name is Meredith, so watch out. buddy.
Well, except for Meredith Burgess. So I mean, anybody that can be in the DC universe, that's all right with me. No, what's Biden's middle name? Joseph. What's Biden's middle? I can't remember his middle initial now. Somebody in. What's his middle initial? Joseph R. Joseph R. Biden. Yeah, it's Robinette. Joseph Robinette, some shit like that.
Robinette.
Echo, what's Biden's middle name? Robinette. Yeah, there.
Is that real? Is Robinette?
Yeah. Sorry, Kennedy. I gave you shit about Biden's middle name. Can somebody in chat look that up? I'm pretty sure it's Robinette.
Is that why they're psychos? They're having a Robinette.
Yeah, I mean they gave Barack Hussein Obama shit about his middle name, but nobody wanted to go after Biden.
Well, because that was a Muslim angle.
Right.
And
Yeah, I guess.
So that was.
But yeah, but it's Republicans when they would. Yeah, but no Republican's going to go after the anti-gay slur. Come on, that's low-hanging fruit for them.
Right, exactly.
Thank you, Michael. Yeah, Robinette. Who would?
Wow, that's funny.
And fuck Joe Biden's dad for naming his kid Robinette. No one. I'd be pissed off and fucked up too.
I mean,
if my middle name was Robinette, I'd probably want to have sex with my daughter and have a crackhead son too. Sorry, that was too far. No, it
wasn't. I mean, aren't those things true?
Marionette.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah, right. Yeah. A good observation, Cookie. He's definitely got strings making him laugh and making him cry.
Oh, that's funny that they said that because now you're getting into that territory. Like we were talking last week about Michelle and Michael.
Oh, yeah, Big Mike. There's another one.
Samari is a pretty name, though.
Well, and then that's what I get for watching all this tinfoil shit on Twitter, where Sasha is going by Sarah now and talking about, I don't know, was she a crisis actor? I don't know. I know that I'm not sure that they're actually a family.
Who? Sasha. Oh,
No,
Sasha.
the Obamas.
Oh,
Yeah, the Obamas.
Oh, yeah. She's going by what now?
I keep reading this, all the
I try not to read.
Illuminati. Yeah, I know. Yeah, because now I'm just spreading rumors and innuendo, but she's going by Sarah, I think. And now that she's at college, she's got nothing to do with them. And I'm not 100% sure if she admitted or not that they're not blood related, but that was kind of it was kind of implied.
Oh, well, now I'm interested.
Well, I mean, and that goes with it. Well, if Michelle is actually Michael.
I'm trying to be messy now. I want
But
all.
yeah, there's a couple of Obama where he calls her Michael, which might be a cute nickname, but man, when your wife's taller than you are, maybe that isn't such a cute nickname anymore.
I know very tall women, so I can't say that. I know very tall, large women
Yeah.
that are women.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know they're there. Oh yeah. I just saw video. She was 7'9", a woman 7'9".
You're talking
No,
about Brittany Griner, I bet.
No, this is a big,
All the names and stuff.
big white Middle Eastern woman.
Okay.
And she's being interviewed by this. No, 7'2". No, 7'2". Yeah, it must have been 7'2" or 7'3". But she was interviewed by this guy that was 7'3". He's like, "Do you ever? What kind of guy do you look for?" And she's like, "Oh, I hope for somebody who's at least 6'2". It's like, good luck with that. The average guy's 5'.
Mouse's joke.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find.
She put the
bra on.
bra.
Yeah. If you saw that video, man, she was pretty. She was, yes. Love Rain Thunder. She was beautiful, but if I danced with her, I'd have to jump up to stick my face in her cleavage.
Well, she could pick you up.
Yeah, right. No, I'm 6'2". I'm just teasing, but still, she'd be a foot on me, and I'm 6'2". So, yeah, that would be interesting trying to date. Now, better half hour's father was 4'11". So if he was dancing with her, that would be a whole nother set of interesting situations.
I think short men are the best.
Yeah, but if you're 4'11" and she's 7'2", you're not going to be holding her around her shoulders.
I'm not 5'9", I'm 69 inches.
69 inches.
Okay, that has a few different implications, and I'm going to come out that. You can put that bad cookie back up. When I was working customer service, the coolest name I ever heard was Maximilian Rathbone. Stole it and named my dog that.
That's totally a novel name. That's totally a novel name. I get the Christie name right there.
My exes, I've heard of still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to get what were those blades that South African sprinter and the one that killed his wife? You just have to get those blades and wear them all the time. What the historian? Yeah.
Did he have his legs cut off, so he wore.
Yeah, those. He was in the Olympics. He was the one in the Special Olympics, and he had those spring legs, so he could run.
Oh, I kind of feel like I remember this.
Yeah. He did real good running, and then ended up killing his girlfriend and blaming somebody else. I think he's in prison now.
Well, that story has been told over and over.
Right. Right.
That's why I choose the best. All right, so my rule is 5'8" to get a date, 5'10". I might see you again.
Well, my better half is 5'1" and 3/4. She won't say 5'1". She's not quite 5'2", so she tries to sneak in that 3/4 of an inch every time.
I do that too. I said
Is he out, Nick?
I'm 5'6 3/4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cat Williams called him Pink.
He could be Nick. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me though. I think that justice works different in different countries.
They're all the same height when they're lying down.
Uh-huh.
He's just being bad.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Mm-mm-mm. All right, so I need to go eat. I haven't eaten all day. 'Cause I was
Yeah,
so
I'm getting hungry too.
hurting. My body
Yeah,
was
I couldn't wait to stop smoke anymore. I went as long as I could, and I'm like, nope, okay, if we're still going, I'm smoking.
So we're gonna see about if we don't do the Libertarian Convention Thursday, we'll do it Monday. Well, I don't know. I have to ask Michael if he's available Monday, but we'll figure it out. You're very welcome. It's chow time. That's right. All right,
John,
guys.
Cookies, Mouse, Nick, everybody. I
Everybody,
can't
civilians.
scream through here. Shout out everybody again. I've already shout out everybody. You know I love y'all. KYE, Mouse, Nick, Gamer. I'm just randomly running through here.
All the people.
Snorky, Kit was here. Kurt Boss. Thank you all, guys. You know it means a lot. I wouldn't do this shit if it wasn't for you guys. So I'm doing it for us. No matter what happens to any of these other podcasters that, that want to shit on their audience and start selling gold or start selling out to the DNC or
There he goes.
they start TYTing out any of that shit, start shitting on some of their sub members because they get 100,000 viewers, any of that shit, you know that you're going to have a home here and we can all find ourselves and regroup right here. This is the Civilians Discourse.